Guys, welcome to another video. This one is paper 2-2 of October-November 2011 of Math O-Level. So let's move on to question number 1. So here we have part A. We have to express m in terms of a and h. So we just have to make m the subject of formula. So let's first expand this bracket. We have a equal to 4hm plus h squared. So now we send this one over here. We will have a minus h squared. So m will be a minus h squared divided by 4h. So that will be your answer for part A. Moving on to part B. So we have factorized this equation. So we have x, y, and y over here. So let's look at these two on this side. So what is common? X is common. We take out x. We have 3a plus 5b. Now on this side, minus is common, and 2 is common, and y is common. So we take out this. We will have 3a plus 5b remaining. So now we observe this and this are same. So we take it out, and then remaining will be x minus 2y. So this will be your answer for part B. Now for part C, we have to solve this equation. So just know that every time you see a fraction equal to a fraction, the first step is to always cross multiply. So let's do that. Here we have 5x minus 1 times the same thing will be square equal to 9 squared. So expand, we'll have 25x squared minus 10x plus 1 equal to 81. So we bring this one over here. We will have 25x squared minus 10x minus 80 because plus 1 minus 81 equal to minus 80 equal to 0. So now we can divide by 5 everywhere. We get 5x squared minus 2x minus 16. So let's do that. Factorize. So 5x squared is 5x times x. 16 is also equal to 16 is 1 times 16, 2 times 8, and 4 times 4. So which 2 can we take to make it minus 2? So I can take 2 and 8. So we have 2 here and 8 here. So this is minus 10 plus 8 to become minus 2. So now solve, we have minus 8 over 5, x equal to 2. So your answer will be minus 8 over 5 or 2. So this is question number 1. On to question number 2. So here we have A, B, P, and Q. So A, B, P, and Q. It says B is due south of A, south, and P is due east of A, which means this is a right angle triangle. ABP is a right angle triangle. Okay, so now we have to find question part A, find the angle ABP. So ABP is this angle here. So let's call the angle theta. So how do you find this? So since it is a right angle triangle, we have to use SOHCAHTOA. SOHCAHTOA. So we have the side, opposite side, and we have the hypotenuse. So we have to use sine. So we say sine theta, which is this angle, equal to the opposite side, which is 3.73, divided by the hypotenuse. So theta will be sine inverse of the answer. So let's do that. So 3.73 divided by 5.47. Sine inverse of the answer will be 42.99. So 43.0 degrees, correct to 3SF. Now part B, calculate PQ. So where is PQ? PQ is this side. So you observe that here we have triangle APQ, and we know this side, and the angle in between, and we have to find this side. Let's name it side X. So in this case, we can use the cosine rule. So let's redraw it here. This is PQ, this is X. This is A, and this is 5.32, this is 3.73, and this is 25 degrees. So since we know this two sides and the angle, we can use cosine rule. So we say cosine of 25 degrees is equal to 5.32 square plus 3.73 square plus, minus x square over 2 times 5.32 times 3.73. This is a formula you must know, and you can use this to find this side. So let's make x the subject of formula. So x square equal to 532 square plus 3 square minus 2532 3.73 cos of 25. So x square. So let's solve this. Let's see what we have. So 5.32 square plus 3.73 square minus 2 times 5.32 3.73 and cos of 25. That will give me 6.24648. X will be the square root of the answer. That will be 2.499. So your answer will be 2.5, correct to 3SF. So that will be the length of PQ, which is about 2.5 km. Okay, moving on to part C. It says a boat sailed in a straight line from Q to A. So Q to A, find the bearing of A from Q. So we have to find the bearing of A from Q. So A from Q. So let's see what angle are we looking for. So to find the bearing, we first have to draw a straight line, this north line at the point Q. Right. So once we have that, and also make sure that you can also draw a line from the other point as well, so we can observe to see what can we use and find the angle as required. That's the north line and north line. So we're looking for the bearing of A from Q. So we're looking for this angle. Right. So as you observe here, this angle here is made of two parts. So this part is 180, this is 180, and this one we don't know. We have to find this angle so we can find the bearing of A from Q. So we observe that since these two are in the same direction, we can use the rule of alternate angles. So it means that this angle here, this size is equal to the angle here. So here we can see this angle is pretty easy to find. Let's call it x. So we see if this is 90, this is also 90. So x is 90 minus 25. So x 90 minus 25, that will be 8, 10, 5, and 65. So x here is 65, which means if this line is in the same direction, this angle here will also be equal to this angle here. So this angle inside will also be equal to 65. So the bearing of A from Q will be 180 plus 65. So let's write it down. So bearing of will be 180 plus 65. That will be 245. So the answer here will be 245 degrees for the bearing of A from Q. Now for part 2, a lighthouse is at A. So at point A we have a lighthouse. The top of the lighthouse is 30 meters above sea level. So that is point A. For example, this is point A, and it says the top of the lighthouse. So let's say it is above sea level. The top here, call it T, top of the lighthouse. It is 30 meters, so the length here is 30. Right. Now, calculate the angle of depression of the boat from the top of the lighthouse when the boat is 100 meters from A. So, for example, the boat, let's say the boat is here. For example, So let's call the position of the boat B. And as you know here, the top is above sea level. This always will be 90. It says calculate the angle of depression of the boat from the top, from this top of the lighthouse when the boat is 100 meters. So this will be 100 meters away. So we have to find this angle, the angle of depression from the top, so to see the boat, right? So this angle is the same as this angle. Let's find this angle. It will be the same. So how do we do this? We have to use Quartile again. Okay. So here we know this side, this is the opposite side, and this is the adjacent side. So we have to use tan. Let's call this angle alpha. So alpha here is alpha as well. So alpha will be equal to opposite side divided by adjacent side. So alpha will be equal to tan inverse of the answer. So let's do that. So 30 divided by 100, tan inverse will be 16.7 degrees, correct to 3SF. So this will be your answer for part 2, and this is question number 2. To question number 3, part A. Diagram 1 shows one large circle, this one, and 5 identical small circles. Each of the 5 radii shown is a tangent to 2 of the small circles. So as you can see, this is the radius, and this is tangent to the circles. Question part 1. Describe the symmetry of the diagram. So it has one line of symmetry, but from what I can see as well, you can see that this is, it is a circle. It has 5 of the same shape inside of it. So I will write actually, it has rotational symmetry of order 5. But we can write it has one line of symmetry. That will be your answer for this part 1. Moving on to part 2, the radius of the large circle is r centimeters, and the radius of the small circle is small r centimeters. So let's write this down. So radius of large is r, and radius of small is r. Now, each small circle is equal to in area to the shaded region. So as you can see here, the small circle area is equal to this region. So what is the area of the small circle? So area of small circle is equal to pi r square. This is just a formula for area of circle. So what is the area of the shaded region? So you observe it is the area of this sector minus area of circle. So let's do that. How do you find the area of sector? We have to find the angle. So if this is a big circle and the shape is 5 of the same shapes, this one will be what angle? So it will be 360 divided by 5. The angle inside here will be 72. So area of sector, that will be 72 over 360 times pi r square for big circle. And now we have to minus area of small circle to find the area of shaded region. So let's simplify this. 72 divided by 360, that is 0.2, which is 1 over 5 pi r square minus pi r square. So we can take out pi goes out, we have 1 over 5 pi goes out, so big, and this one is area of shaded. So we have to use this. Each small circle is equal to in area to the shaded. So area of small is equal to area of shaded. So small is pi r square equal to pi 1 over 5 r square minus r square. So in this case, we can cross this out. we will have r squared equal to 1 over 5 r squared minus r squared. We can send this over here. We will have 2 r squared equal to 1 over 5 r squared. So we're trying to find this. We're trying to find the ratio of r squared to r squared. So what does this mean? It means that we have to find the fraction of r squared over this. So let's find this from this. So we have to send this on this side. We will have divided by r squared equal to 2 divided by 1 over 5, which is equal to, let's simplify. We have r squared over r squared equal to 2 times 5 over 1, that will be 10 over 1. So the ratio will be 10 to 1. This will be your answer for part 2. So now let's move on to this part. It says that diagram 2 is the same shape as the first one, and C is the center of one of the small circle. So we have to show that the reflex angle ACB is 252. So ACB, this is the reflex angle. We have to find this angle. So how do we find this? We know this is tangents. This will be 90. This will be 90. And this is, we found this is 72. So how much is this? Let's call this x. So you know that x is already. So since this is a quadrilateral, the sum of the angles will be 360 minus the rest. So 90, 90, and 72. So 360 minus 90, 90 minus 72, that will be 108. So the value of x will be 108. So what is this one then? So this one will be 360 minus 108 will be 252 degrees. So this is how you show the angle reflex will be 252. That is only for 2 marks. Now for part 2, the perimeter of the region is given by k pi r centimeters. Find the value of k in this one. So let's find the perimeter of the shaded region. So we can just find one of them and then times 5 for the region. So let's find one. So what is the size of this one? So we know the angle is 252. So we can use the formula. So angle 252 divided by 360 times 2 pi r. So let's use our calculator. Over 360, that will be 7 over 10 will be 14 pi r over 10 for one of them. Now you have to times 5 because we have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. So times 5. That will give me 1, 2, 7. 7 pi r. So the value of k will be 7. That is question number 3. To question number 4, part A. A shopkeeper buys some plates from a manufacturer at $10 each plate. Now part 1. The shopkeeper sells a plate for $12. Calculate the percentage profit. So first thing, profit is how much? Profit is equal to 12. Selling price minus cost. That will be $2. Now percentage profit will be $2 divided by cost times 100 for percentage. That will be 20%. So he makes 20% of profit from this sale. Now for part B, the shopkeeper buys 240 plates and sells 180 at $12 each. So let's find out the cost. If he buys the plate for $10 each, so the cost of 240, that will be this much. That will be the cost. And sells 180 at $12, that will be 180 times 12, that will be, he sold for $21.60. Okay, the rest was sold to a cafe for a total of $540. So in total, how much he sold for? This plus this, that will be plus $540, that will be $2,700. Calculate the percentage discount given to the cafe. So percentage discount, so let's find out. So how much is remaining? So he bought this much, he sold this much already, and the rest, how much is rest? The rest is 240 minus 180. So 240 minus 180, that will be 60. So he sold 60 to the cafe. Now, for 60, he sold it for 540. So let's find out how much he sold one of them, right? So 540 divided by 60, that will be $9. So he sold them for $9. So now what is a discount? So the usual selling price is 12. Discount will be 12 minus 9, that will be $3. So percentage discount will be 3 divided by initial price of selling, 12 times 100. So let's do that. 3 divided by 12 times 100, that will be 25. So the percentage discount will be 25% on the initial selling price. Now moving on to part 2. The manufacturer made a profit of 60% when he sold the plate for $10. Calculate the cost of manufacturing each plate. So in this case, it means that this $10 is the price at $160 because he made a profit of 60%. So what is the price at 100%? What is the cost? So we 10 divided by 160 times 100. So let's find out. Times 100, that will be $625. So that is the cost of the plate at $625. And moving on with part B of question number 4, it says another shopkeeper bought 100 pens at $5 each. So he spent $500 times this 2, right? Now he sold 63 pens at $6 and X pens at $4 each. So he did not sell all the pens, nor make any profit. Now form an inequality in terms of X. So we can basically use this and this. We would say that he did not make any profit. It means that he made less or equal to the amount he spent, right? So let's do that. That will be 63 times 6 plus 4x is less or equal to 500 because he did not make any profit yet. So simplify. That will be 378, so 500 minus the answer, that will be 122. So 4x less 122, x will be divided by 4, that will be 30.5. So the equation will be this one. You can write this as such. 378 plus 4x. You can write this as well, that is okay. So hence find the greatest possible number of pens that were sold. So x must be less than or equal to 30.5. So what is so pen cannot be, you cannot sell half a pen, so the max possible will be 30. So 30 will be the maximum number of pens sold. Now for part C, one day the exchange rate between dollars and pounds were this. Alan changed 300 pounds into dollars. How many dollars did he receive? So we know that 1 pound is $145. So he changed 300 pounds, that will be 300 times 1.45. So let's do that. That will be 435. So he received $435 from this exchange. Now moving on to part 2. On the same day, the rate of exchange of rands and pounds is this much. Calculate the number of rands he received in exchange for $1. For $1. So what do we know? We know that 1 pound is equal to $1.45. So, and we have here, rand is 1044 rand is equal to 1 pound. So let's replace this and this in the equation. So we will have $1.45 equal to 1044 rands. So $1 will be equal to 1044 divided by 1.45. So let's do that. 1044 divided by 1.45. That will give you 7.2 rand. So your answer is 7.20 correct to 3SF rands. So that will be question number 4. Question number 5, part A. So here we have to find the value of x and y. So we have to multiply these two matrices and form equations to find the value of x and y. So let's do that. So it always rows by column. So we have 3 times x minus 11. This is 0 equal to 4. That's the first equation. So x will be 4 plus 11. X will be 15 divided by 3. That will be 5. This one will be x plus y equal to 9. So 5 plus y equal to 9. Y equal to 4. So the value of x is 5 and the value of y is 4. That will be your answer for A. Now moving on to part B. The transformation A is represented by the matrix A, B, C, D. Find in terms of A, B, C, D the image of this point under the transformation. So as we know, it's always matrix times object will give you the image. So matrix is A, C, B, D times image 1, 0 will give you what? So it becomes A times 1, that will be A, and that will be C. So the point will be A and C. And here as well, same thing. So matrix times object. So matrix is this, object is 0, 1, will give you B, and this will be D. So your answer will be B and D. Now for part 2, it says that the transformation B maps this point onto this point and this point onto this point. So we have to write down the matrix that represents B. So let's have a look. So first, it says that this point is 1, 0 and this point is 0, 1. The matrix B times this matrix give you the point 1, 3 and the point minus 3, minus 2. So we have to find the matrix B. So you observe this is what matrix? This is the identity matrix. So it means that B is equal to 1, 3, minus 3, minus 2. This is your answer for part 1. Now for this one, describe fully the transformation given by this matrix. So we can use a trick. We have to begin with our little diagram. This is the x-axis, this is the y-axis. We always begin with those 2 points, which is 1, 0 and 0, 1. And also write this one, minus 1, 0, and this one, 0, minus 1. Now, we always begin with, this is our first point, and this is our second point. So we have something, so we begin with this, and second point is this. So how can we make this become this? So as you observe, the first point remained the same, which means this one did not move, remained the same. And this one, which is this point, became 0, minus 1. So how can you make this point becomes here? And this point does not move. So by observation, you can see that it can only be a reflection through the line x-axis, so that this point remains here and this becomes here. So let's write this down. It is a reflection in the line y equal to 0, or you can say x-axis. That will be your question number 5. 6. You may use the graph paper on the next page to help answer this question. So you don't need to, but you may if you want to. Now we have a point A is 0, 7, a point B is 6, 9. So part 1, express AB as a column vector. So we know that AB is equal to OB minus OA. So OB is just this vector here, 6, 9 minus 0, 7. That will give you 6, 2. The answer is 6, 2. Now part B, find the gradient of AB. So we know the vector already. the vector AB is 6, 2. It means going 6 and 2. 6, 2. We need to find the slope. This is 2 divided by 6. So gradient is 2 divided by 6 will be 1 over 3. That will be your answer for part B. Now for part C, the equation of the line AB is equal to this. Find the value of P and Q. So let's find the equation of the line AB. So we know the point A is 0, 7, and the gradient is equal to 1 over 3. So let's find the equation. Y minus 7 over x minus 0 equal to 1 over 3. This will give us, cross multiply, we have 3y minus 21 equal to x. So 3y equal to x plus 21. So that will be, let's make py, the subject here, is equal to minus x minus q. So here, if we compare, what do we have? We have 3y equal to x plus 21, right? So let's compare something. Let's make this minus x as well, so it makes sense. So how do you make this minus x? You send this over here, you send this over here. You will have minus 3y equal to minus x minus 21. There you go. So p will be equal to minus 3, and minus q is equal to minus 21, so q equal to 21. So that will be the value of p and q. But we have the equation of the line AB is this. For now, we know this for now. Now, part D, the point C is the point 12, 2. Given that the C is the midpoint of BM, find the coordinates of M. So we have a line, let's say it's B here. B is given to us as 6, 9. This is M, we don't know, so X, Y. And C is the midpoint of the line. So we can use the formula. So this plus this divided by 2 is 12. So we have 6 plus x divided by 2 is 12. So x will be 24 minus 6, which is 18. Now y, we have 9 plus y divided by 2 is 2. So y will be 4 minus 9 will be minus 5. That will be the point M. Now part C, part 2, calculate the length of AC. So what is AC? Is OC. OC is this point, 12, 2, minus OA. OA is given to us as 0, 7. That will be 12 and minus 5. So the length will be this 12 square plus minus 5 square. That will be 169, so that will be 13 units. Now moving on to this part here, it says a point D lies on AB, okay, and the line, so AB, so we have the equation of AB from the first part. It is equal to 3y equal to x plus 21. Now it says the line CD is parallel to the y-axis. Okay, it is a vertical line basically. The line CD is a vertical line. Okay, so part 1, find the coordinates of D. So that's the point D is on AB, so AB goes here, for example, and this is the equation of the line. This is the line CD. So it's pretty easy. Find the coordinates of D. So we know, so first thing, let's find the equation of the line CD. So since CD is a straight line, vertical line, because it is parallel to the y-axis, it means that the equation will be x equal to, what is the point C again? C is the point, we have this from the first part, it is 12, 2. This will be x and y. So vertical lines, equation will be x equal to 12. So now the point D is an intersection of CD and AB. So let's replace this in this to find the value of y. So 3y will be equal to 12 plus 21 equal to 33. So y is 11. So this point here will be 12 and 11. Now for part B, express AD in terms of AB. So we know that AB is equal to 62 from part 1. Now find the value of AD. So AD is OD, which is 12 and 11, minus OA, which is 0, 7. That will be 12 and 4. As you can see, AD is 2 times AB. So 6 times 2 is 12, 2 times 2 is 4. So AD is 2 times AB. This will be your answer for part B. And that will be question number 6. Number 7, we have part 1. In this diagram 1, we have ABC is an equilateral triangle of side 8 centimeters. It means that all the sides are equal. This is 8, 8, and 8. So which means we have D and E are midpoints. So this is the midpoint of the sides AC and BC respectively. Now we say BD and AE intersect at this point F. Now question part 1, find the area of triangle ABC. So A, B, C. Find the area of this big triangle. So pretty easy. As always, the way we can find area is half times base times height. So if we first have to find the height of this triangle. So we know that this is the midpoint. This will be 4. So what is this height? This is right angle. We can find this by the Pythagoras Theorem. So height will be h square equal to 8 square minus 4 square. So h is equal to square root of, so 8 square minus 4 square, that will be 48. So area will be half times base, which is 8, times height will be 48. That will be 4 times answer, that will be 192. Now let's do that. Half times 8 times square root of 48, that will be 27.7. So 27.7 centimeters square for area of ABC. Now for part 2, find the angle AFB. So where is AFB? AFB is this angle here. So we have to know, so as you can see, these are midpoints. This is the same length. And given that this is an equilateral triangle, it means that all the angles are the same. So this angle here is the same as here, is the same as here. This will be 60, 60, 60. So if this is a midpoint and this line is drawn to this point, it means that this angle here will be half exactly. This will be 30, and this also will be 30. So now area of triangle, this plus this plus this should give you 180. So this will be 180 minus 30 minus 30. That will be 120. Here you go. So now let's explain. Show that AFB is 120. So you can also refer to diagram. You can write down. So AE is bisector of angle A. Similarly, we have this line as well. BD is also bisector. Similarly to BD, right? So such that we have angle A. So let's say angle FAB equal to angle ABF equal to 60. So from 30, because 30, 30. And now from this we have angle AFB equal to 120. That will be your answer for this one. Now for part 3, calculate the length of AF. So AF is this side, AF. So let's draw the triangle here. So this is point F, and this is A, this is B, this is angle 30, this is side 8, and this is angle 120. This is also 30. So we have to find this side. Let's call it side x. So here, if you know this angle and this side, the corresponding side, you can also find this side when you know this angle. So your equation will be, you can use the sine rule, which says that this length of 8 over the angle, sine angle of 120, should give you equal to the side of x over the angle of 30. So we solve for x, we have to cross multiply. X will be 8 times sine 30 divided by sine 120. So let's do that. 8 sine of 30, 120, that will be 4.62. So the answer here will be 4.62, correct to 3SF. So now moving on to part B. The volume of a pyramid is given to you, 1/3 times base area times height. That's the volume of a pyramid. Now it says that the same triangle in part A with a side of 8 centimeter forms the base of this pyramid. Okay, now we have to find what? It says the vertex V is above the point F. So it is above, that will be 90, 90, 90, okay? So then we have VA, VB, and VC are 8 as well. Good. Part 1, calculate the surface area of the pyramid. Okay, so the base here is the one from diagram 1. So it means that AC is 8, this is 8, and the back is 8 as well. So this will be the same as well. So basically all the triangles here in this pyramid is an equilateral triangle. It's the same triangle from diagram 1. So find the area of the pyramid. So let's count the number of surfaces we have. We have 1 here, 2, 3 in the back, and 4 surfaces. So area will be 4 times your answer in part A1, which was 4 times 27.7. Now we'll give you what? 0.8 centimeter square. Now part 2, calculate the volume of the pyramid. So as you can see, the volume is given to you by 1/3 times base area times height. So we need to find the value of the height. So how would you find the height of this pyramid? So let's have a look. We have the side of AF. We know this is AF. AF we have found out in the previous question. It is 4.62. So if you take this shape out, let's take VAF out. So we have V here, F here, we have A here. So this is V, this is F, and this is A. So this is given to us as 8, and we know this is 4.62 from part 1, and this is the angle, right angle. We have to find the height, so we can use the Pythagoras Theorem. So let's do that. Let's call the height h. So let's say 4.62 square plus h square is equal to 8 square. So h square is equal to what? 8 square minus 4.62 square, that will be 42.7. H will be square root, that will be 6.53. So 6.53. Now question is finding the volume will be 1/3 times base area. So volume will be 1/3. Base area is this one, the base of the triangle, 27.7 times height. Height will be 6.53. So let's do that. 1/3 times 27.7 times answer. That will be 60.3. That will be the volume of this pyramid. Now part C, a pyramid P is geometrically similar to this one. So we have another pyramid P. It is similar to this one, and its volume is 1/64 to the volume of VABC. So let's do that. So we have P. Let's call this one pyramid. Let's call it A. The volume is 1 to 64. Now find the length of an edge of P. So what is the ratio of their sides of the edge? Let's call it sides, right? Because the units of volume is centimeter cube. So if you want to convert this to centimeter, as you can see here, we have to cube root of the values. So this will become 1. And what is cube root of 64? That will be 4. So now we know that the edge of A was 8. As you can see here, the sides are given to you by 8. So it means that 4 is equal to 8. So what is 1? 1 will be 8 divided by 4, that will be 2. Answer here will be 2 centimeters. Now question part 2. A pyramid that is identical to P is removed from each of the 4 vertices of VABC, that is from the pyramid A. Now state the number of new faces of the solid. So here what's happening is we have to visualize this and count, right? It's saying that we have a pyramid here, this big one, and we try to take off from the 4 vertices. We are taking out pyramids from this side, this side, this side, and the top side. So how many new faces? How many faces we will have from this new shape? So let's think. If you take out the top, it will be what? So the top will be going like this. Let's count the number of sides. Let's say if you cut this out here, you cut off P. Here you will have 1 side. If you cut off P here, if you cut off P here, you have 2 sides, 3 and 4 sides, right? And then the rest will be 1, 2, 3 on the back and 4 at the bottom. So 4 plus 4 will be 8. So your answer will be, you will have 8 sides in total. So this one, you really do have to use your imagination. Let's say if you cut off this one here, you cut off this one here, and you cut off this one, say this like this. So here you have 1 side, 2 sides, 3 sides, and 4 sides. And then you have to count this, and the back 3, and the bottom one will be the 4 side. So you have to try and use your imagination, and then you will find there's 8 sides for the new shape. That will be your question number 7. Question number 8, we have 2 companies, A and B, were started 10 years ago. Initial investments of $25 or multiples of 25 could be made when company A began business. Now part 1, the table shows the value of an investment of $25 at the end of each of the next 10 years. So in this table you can see that the investment was $25, the initial investment. So after every year, this will be the amount that you have. So for example, you would say, after 3 years, my investment became $35 and you gained $10 after 3 years, for example. Now for this one, question number 1, it says, calculate the value of an initial investment of $500 after 8 years. So this one tells you that instead of $25, let's say if you were to have $500 here, how much you will have by 8 years. So what can we do is we can compare these two first. Let's say, so $25 became 62. So at year 0, it was 25, and year 8, it became 62. So by how many times did this increase? So let's find by how many times this increased. So 62 divided by 25, you will have 2.48. So let's write this down. 2.48 times. So it means that your value here would also increase by 2.48 in year 8. So let's do that. So that will be 1240. The answer here will be 1240. Now moving on to part 2. This is pretty easy. Plot the points given in this table. We have x and y, and then join them with a smooth curve. So the first one is 0, 25. So 0, 25 will be here. Then we have 128. 128 will be here. Then we have 231. 231 will be here. Then we have 335 at this point. And then we have 439. So 4 will be here. And 39 will be here. And then we have 554 will be here. Then we have 649. So 649 will be here. 755 at this point. Then we have 862 right here. 969 here will be here. And the last one is 1078 here will be here. Now you have to try your best and join all the points by a smooth curve. So let's try that. So yeah, and okay, almost done. Okay, so this is the curve, and you can label this as a company A, as the curve for company A. Investment of $25. Okay, moving on to part 3. It says that using a graph, find the value of x. So you know what is x? X is number of years, right? Find the number of years when the value of an initial investment of $100 had increased to this. So the thing is that with a graph, we don't have our initial investment is not 100, it is 25 with a graph. As you can see here, our initial investment is 25, not 100. So what can we do is that we have to convert this to 25. So how do you convert 100 to 25? You have to divide by 4, right? So you get 25. So same thing here, divide by 4. That will be what? Let's find out. That will be 42. So basically we have to find the value of x for when 25 is increased to 42 on the graph. So let's do that. So here we have, that's 25 to 42. So 42 will be where? This is 41, 42 will be here. So find the value of x for 42. So we have to connect to this curve and then draw a line down. So for this one I have, so this is 5 here, this will be 4.6. So the value of x that I have will be 4.6 years. So 4.6 for part 3. Now part B, an initial investment of $25 was made when a company B began business. So this is for company B. The value y dollars after x years is given by this formula. Now calculate the value of initial investment of $500 after 8 years. So same way as the first one, we have to first find out about how many times did 25 change to in 8 years. So let's first find that. So what is the value of y when x equal to 8? So y will be here from this equation, 3.75 times 8 plus 25, that will be 55. It means that if your investment was $25 in 8 years, so 25 to 55 in 8 years, so it increased by 2.2 times. So 2.2 times. So same way, if you had $500, it would increase by 2.2 times in 8 years. So times 500, that will be 1,100. This will be your answer for part 1. Now for part 2, on the grid, draw this graph. So we say let x. So we have to find 2 points and plot them. So this one is a straight line. It is y equal to mx plus c. So let's say x is 0. Y will be equal to 25. That is your first point. 0, 25. And now let's say if x equal to 10, y will be, so 37.5 plus 25 will be 62.5. So 10, 62.5. So we have these 2 points. Let's draw this on the graph. So the first point is 0, 25. So 0, 25 will be here, same point. And then the next point is 10, 62.5. Will be about right here. So let's join these two and form the graph for company B. There you go. That is company B. Okay. Now moving on to part C. Using your graphs, find the value of x when the initial investment of $25 had increased to the same value in each company. So you have to find where they meet. You have to find where company A meets with company B. So let's do that on the graph. So they meet at this point, and this will be, for me, I have 5 years. Your value could be 4.8 or 5.2. So about this will be your value. For me, it's 5. So 5. Okay, so now part D. By drawing a tangent to the graph representing company A, which is the curve, find the rate of increase of this investment when x equal to 7. So basically, at this point, find the tangent. Find the gradient of the tangent, which is the rate of increase of the investment. So let's do that. So x equal to 7. So 7 will be here. So that will be on this point. So let's do that. Let's draw a tangent on this line and find out 2 points, and we can find the gradient of the tangent. Okay, so I'll get about this point. So this is the tangent to the point x equal to. A little mistake here, so let's move it up. I think I chose 6 by mistake, so let's choose this point. So let me use a different color so we can see it properly. So it will be 7 is this point. So it should be about so this is the tangent, the red line, not the blue but the red one. So now let's find 2 points. So 2 points on this line. So first one will be, let's choose this point. That will be 10 and 70. That's 73.5. That's the first point. And the next one we can choose will be, let's choose something here, which is 3 and 30. Okay, so we have 2 points. So the first point that I have will be 10, 73.5, and then I have 3, 30. So this is x1, y1, x2, y2. So rate of increase is the gradient. That will be 30 minus 72.5 divided by 3 minus 10. That will be 6.07. So your answer here will be 6.07 for the rate of increase of the investment. Okay, now moving on to part 2. State the rate of increase of y in the company B. So as you know, the equation have been given to you for company B, which is let's write this here. Y equal to 3.75 x plus 25. So when they say rate of increase, it is the gradient, which is 3.75. Now for part this one, by drawing another tangent to the graph representing on the curve, which is company A, find the value of x when the rate of increase of investments in each company were the same. It means that find the value of x when the gradient, which is rate of increase, is the same. So find a gradient which is parallel to this line. So we have to use the graph. And what do we do is, we have to go, this is company B, so we go on the line of company B, and then we have to move our ruler by translating the ruler like this or like that, and find a point where it has the same gradient as this line. So let's do that. So by moving your ruler, you will see, you will come to be about this point here. This is the point where it has the same gradient. So this will be your value of x. X will be 2. So that will be your answer for this last part. And that was question number 8. Number 9, we have diagram 1. It says ABCD is a square. So ABCD is a square. So all the sides are equal for a square. Now, P and Q are the midpoints of AD and AB. So P is the midpoint. It means that this is equal to this, and this is equal to this. They are midpoints. Now we have to find out triangles APB, so APB and BQC are congruent, which means they are the same. So how can we prove that they are the same? So one method we can use is proving that all the sides are the same, or we can prove that there's two sides and the angle in between are the same. So side, angle, side. So two sides and the angle in between are the same. So what is the first thing you know with angles of a square? We know that they are right angled, right? This is 90, 90, 90, and 90. So let's see. So first observation is that angle QBC. So let's write this down. Let's write this one first. ABP. So PAB. So PAB is equal to angle CBQ, or QBC, same thing, is equal to 90. Right angle, it's a right angle, right? Because of a square. That's the first one. Now the second one, you can say the side QB is equal to the side AP. So AP equal to QB. Why? Because the points P, Q are midpoints. That's why. And now the side BC, or we can say AD, AB equal to BC, because they are side of same square. So we have the three conditions, which means that we know the angle in between in the two sides, this and this side. So this and this side and the angle in between are the same. So we have proven that they are congruent. Okay, so that's the first thing we proved. Now part B. So in diagram 2, we have QC and PB intersect at point M, so this point. Show that the angle BMC is equal to 90. So let's observe. If they are congruent, we know that. So what do we know here? We know that this angle here is what? Let's call this angle. Let's call it angle C, small c. So if you turn this way, because they are congruent, which is the same triangle, this angle here will be also C. I hope that makes sense. Now you go back to this way. Now let's call this one angle Q. for now. Right. So how would you find this angle here? So this is 90. Do you agree? So we have triangle QBC. This is 90. Right. So for this big triangle QBC, we have an equation formed. So let's take this out. So what do we have? We know that the sum of all the angles of a triangle, so QCB, for this big triangle, the sum is 180, right? So 180 is Q plus C and plus 90. So Q plus C plus 90. So we know Q plus C is equal to 180 minus 90, which is equal to 90. That's our equation number 1, which is Q plus C equal to 90. So now if you want to find this angle here, you can always find this one and take 180 minus this one. So let's find this one here. What is this angle here? So if you observe, here we have a small triangle QMB. So QMB. So how do you find this angle? You will take 180 minus, so Q minus C. So we know that already from here. Q plus C is 90. So Q plus C is 90. So the remaining angle will be 90. So if this angle here is 90, this angle here will be 180 minus 90. That will be 90 as well. So proven that BMC is 90. So you can just point out explanation. So reasons here we have, basically you can try to mention that using congruency and forming an equation. Q plus C as shown. We have proven that here will be angle BMC equal to 90. So if you can just explain the same thing here, but in this line, that should be okay as well. You can write this equation here and prove that, and definitely label the angles used so they know exactly what you're talking and how you came to this answer. That will be 2 marks. That will be question number 9. Moving on to part C of this question. So we have diagram 3 now. It says the circle center Q has diameter AB. So AB is the diameter going through Q. Now, the circle intersects BP at N. N is this point. State why A and B is 90. So A and B is 90. So it is angle in a semicircle. Or you can say angle of a triangle over the diameter. So say N is angle over AB, which is the diameter. That is 2 choices. Now we're going down to part 2. We say triangle BMQ is mapped onto triangle BNA. So BMQ is mapped onto BNA. So this small one is mapped onto this big one. Now, by an enlargement, write down the center and the scale factor of the enlargement. So this one is pretty easy. Center will be B, and the factor of enlargement, as you know, this was the midpoint. Q was the midpoint of AB. So if this became this big thing, this is 1, this becomes 2, right? So the factor will be 2. Now part 3, given that QM is 3, find AN. So QM is this one, find this one. So since the scale factor is 2, the length will be 6. Now going on to this part here, show that MN is 6. So here we have a few ways of doing this question. We can using proportionality, because we know this is 6 already, and this are the same as well, because if you just flip it this way, this side is equal to this side. So 6, this will be 6 as well. So if you know this is 6, this will be 2 times. That should be 12. So BN should be 12. So mn should be 6 as well. So you can answer by using congruency. So as you can see, if this is 6, if this side is 6, if you look at this triangle here, this also needs to be 6 because these two triangles are congruent. A and B, B and C are congruent as well. So let's say triangles A and B and triangle BMC, the side AN is equal to side BM, which is 6. From this we find out that BN is 12, and from that we know MN. So MN is BN minus BM, which is 6. That's how you find out MN is 6. MN is 6. So now find the length of MC. What is the length of MC? MC is this point, but as we know that B and C and A and B are congruent, MC is equal to NB. So MC equal to NB, which is equal to 12. So NB is 6 plus 6, and since these two are congruent, same as this one, so that will be 12. Now find the area of triangle APB. So triangle APB, so APB. The triangle is always half times base times height. So what is the base? Is this one. As we can see here, it's this length plus this length. So what is this length? This length is the same as this length because they are congruent. If you look at this, we have this triangle here, and if you rotate that, we have this triangle here, same side, right? It becomes here. So this is 3. So base will be 3 plus 6 plus 6, that will be 15, times height is 6, that will be 45. So your answer here will be 45 centimeter square for the area of ABP. So this one is mainly using congruency and similarity to know these answers. And that was this question. Question number 10, we have a piece of wire. It is 28 centimeters in length. It's cut into 2 parts. One part is used to make a rectangle, this one, and the other one is square. Now, the length of the rectangle is 3 times its width. So the length is 3 times, so it means that if the width is x, the length will be 3x. Now, okay, so we have this. So write down an expression in terms of x for the length. That will be 3x. Pretty easy. Now, part 2, find and simplify an expression in terms of x for the length of a side of the square. So let's do that. So it says that the length of the wire is 28. So how would you find this? So let's call the length of the square, let's call it y. It will be y as well. Y, y. Right. So if you add everything up, here will be x, here will be 3x. If you add everything up, you will need to get 28. So let's do that. So here we have a rectangle, that will be, so 3x plus 3x will be 6x, plus x will be 8x. So 8x plus 4y, where y is the length of one side, will be equal to 28. Now 4y is 20, 28 minus 8x. So the side will be y equal to 28 divided by 8x over 4. Now you can of course simplify, so let's do that. 7. So y becomes 7 minus 2x. So 7 minus 2x will be the side of the square. Now part B, it is given that the area of the rectangle is equal to the area of the square. So let's find the area of rectangle. Is length times width. Length is 3x times width is x, so that will be 3x squared. Area of square, it is length times length as well, same thing, so that will be 7 2x times 7 minus 2x. That will be 49 minus 28x plus x squared, 4x squared. So that will be your answer for this part. So we have to equal them. So we have to use, given that the area of rectangle is equal to area of square. So 3x squared is equal to 49 minus this plus this thing. We have to simplify and show this is equal to this. So let's do that. We send this over here, we will have 4x squared minus 3x squared minus 28x plus 49. That will be x squared minus 28x plus 49 equal to 0. So this is shown as required. Okay, now moving on to part 2. It says solve the equation giving your answer correct to 3SF. So this means that we have to use our formula. So A is equal to 1, B is minus 28, C will be 49. So X will be, so minus B, 28, plus minus B squared minus 4 times A times C, divided by 2A, 2. So let's do that. 28 squared minus 4AC, that will be 28 plus minus square root of 588 divided by 2. So for the first value of x, well, let's do plus 28 plus square root of 588 divided by 2. That will be 26.1. Or x can be what? 28 minus square root of 588 divided by 2, 1.88. So these are the two answers for your question. So x will be, let's say 1.88 or 26.1. Okay, so which solution represents the width of your rectangle? Give a reason for your answer. So the width of the rectangle is this, 1.88, because the length of the wire is 28 centimeter, but if you choose this, it will be more. If which is, but so I guess, yeah, that makes sense, because if you would have chosen this, the length of the rectangle, I mean the perimeter, will be more than 28. So if x was this, perimeter will be more than 28. This is why it is 1.88. So now using this, calculate the area of the square. Square was, the side was y equal to 7 minus 2x. So what is that? 7 minus 2x, that will be 3.25. So square area, that will be 3.25 square, that will be 10.6. Correct to 3SF. Okay, that will be question number 10. Question number 11, part A. A sports club have 120 members. The cumulative frequency table for the ages is shown below. So we have the ages here and the cumulative frequency here. This is x and y for when you have to draw the graph. Now here, on the grid on the next page, draw the axis for x using 2 centimeters to represent 10 years, and for the vertical axis using 2 centimeters to represent 20 members. So let's do that. So for the x, we have from 0 to 70. So this is our graph. So we have x and y. So x is this one, So here we have to label this as x, and that will be a scale of 0 to 70. And we have to use 2 centimeters to represent 10 years. So 10, 20, 30, 40, 50, 60, and 70. So 10, 20, 30, 40, 50, 60, and 70 years. Okay, and for the y-axis, we have to do the same thing. And here the only difference is we have to represent 20 members for every 2 centimeters. So same thing, label this as, I guess, y. We can call it the cumulative frequency. And using 2 centimeters to represent 20 members. 20, 40, that will be 50, 60, what else? So 20, 40. Oh, that will be actually, that's 60 here, and that's 80 here, because it's 20 members, not 10. That will be 100, and this is 120. Okay, that's all we need for the 2 axes. That will be question part 1. So we also have to draw the curve. So let's plot all the points together. So x is 5, 0. So 5 will be here. 0 is here as well. Next one is 15, 12. 15 is here. 12 will be, that will be 10, 12. Then we have 25, 30. 25 is here. 30 will be here. Then we have 35, 60. 35 is here, 60 will be here. Then we have 45, 96. 45 is here. 96 will be, is 90. 96 will be 3 squares. And we have 55, 111. So 55, 111 will be about, no, so it's 114. So 110 and 114 is here. And the last one is 65 to 120. 10 will be here. So now we have to draw to connect all the dots. So it will be about, so try to make it smooth as possible. Try your best so that your answer will be as accurate as possible. Okay, so this is the curve for part A. Moving on to part B, it says find the upper quartile age. So upper quartile is Q3, which is 3/4 times number of people, which is 120. That will be 90th element. So you have to use a graph to find the 90th element. It will be here. This is 90. Connect this point to this, and then find the corresponding value on your x-axis. This one value here. This is 43. So for this one I have 43 years. Now find the interquartile range of the ages. So I is equal to Q3 minus Q1. So Q3 we have as 43. Q1 is 1/4 times number of people, which is 120, equal to 30th element. So let's find that. So same steps. 30th will be here. The value will be 25. Okay, so 43 minus 25. That should be 18. Let's give it a try. Yep, 18. So your range will be 18 years. Now for part 4, members who are not more than 15 and members who are over 50 pay reduced fees. Use a graph to find an estimate for the number of members who pay reduced fees. So first thing is members who are less than 15. Let's find out how many of them are less than 15. So on this graph, where is 15? This is 10. 15 will be between 10 and 20. Should be about here. Okay, so this is the, oh, mistake. This is the number of people, this is here, so we have to measure here. I made a mistake. So years will be 15, and the number of people will be on this side. So it should be this number of people. So this is how much? This is 12. 12 people who are less than 15. And the next condition is over 50. So let's find 50. 50 is this point. We have to draw a vertical line and join the curve. And then you find the corresponding value for the number of people, which is more than 50. So here. So below this point is less than 50, and up here will be more than 50. So what is this length? This will be, this is 106. So this value here will be 14. So in total here we have 14 plus 12 pay reduced fees. So the answer will be 14 plus 12, that will be 26. So 26 people pay reduced fees. And that will be question number 11. Moving on to question 11, part B. A bag contains 12 discs. We have 8 blue and 4 red. So 12 discs, 8 blue and 4 is red. Now, a disc is picked out at random and not replaced. A second disc is then picked out and not replaced. So we have 2 draws from this bag. Now, the tree diagram below shows the possible outcomes and one of their possibilities. So let's find this one. From the first draw, your chances of having a blue will be 8 over 12. This one will be 4 over 12. So now if you take a blue, we will have, so if you take a blue, you will have 7 blue remaining and 4 red. So blue here will be 7 over 11 and red will be 4 over 11. So now if you take a red, you will have 8 blue remaining and 4, so if you, red will be 3 reds. So blue will be 8 over 11 and red will be 3 over 11. So this is your tree diagram. Now part 2, expressing each of your answers as a fraction in its lowest terms, calculate the chance that both discs are red. So it can be red and red. So it will be red and red. So 4 over 12 times 3 over 11. Simplify 1, that'll be 4, that'll be 4 over, that's 1, so you have 1 over 11. So let's check using our calculator. So 4 over 12 times 3 over 11, 1 over 11. Part B, at least one disc is blue. So it can be red and blue or blue and red. So red and blue is 4 over 12 times 8 over 11, or plus blue will be 8 over 12 and red will be 4 over 11 times 4 over 11. Okay, let's simplify. Let's see, what do we have? 11 plus 8 over 12 times 4 over 11. 16 over 33 as your simplest form. Now for part 3, a third disc is then picked out at random. Find the chance that all the 3 discs are red. So it should be red and red and red. So 3 times. So here we are looking for this chance here. Looking for this one. So let's say if you pick a red here, how much is remaining? we will have 8 blue remaining and 2 red remaining. So this will be 2 over 10. So we have to take answer here for red and red, and then times one more red. So 1 over 11 times 2 over 10. That should be 1 over 55. Okay, so that was question number 11, part B, and that is question 11.